there was, and it really took me into a dark place, which was a massive gift, because in that darkness I really seen my own light. And it was, I've done a lot of healing over the years, but this really took me to uncomfortable places that I didn't want to visit, that I wasn't even aware were there. And I really had a very dark time at times where I was aware of why it was happening. Like I say, I was looking at my astrology every day. I knew why it was happening, but there was times I was thinking, I'm not going to make it through this. I'm not. And I remember the Yogi Bhajan, he said that during these times, a third of the population will go mad and commit suicide, a third will die naturally, and the third that are left will be the teachers and healers of this world, and this is what we need to come together. So every day it was just, I need to be in the last third. I need to be in the last third. And at times I didn't know if I was going to be. I didn't know, but I was blessed through it. I was really blessed even with this. I mean, I've just touched on a little bit. I've had a pretty bizarre life, but the last couple of months in Ibiza were the darkest I've ever experienced, through a lot of different reasons. A lot of, as I mentioned before, there was a lot of psychic attacks and things like this, so it wasn't just the world that I was battling with and myself, it was other stuff. It was almost like, whoa, I was like Kali. It was like, all of these hands and everything coming out, but it was the biggest gift, and I will forever hold Ibiza in my heart. And it's almost like having a breakup, but a really nice breakup where you go, you know what, that was beautiful, like I will continue to love you. I will continue to honor you, and I will continue to cherish everything that we experience together. And that's how I feel about Ibiza. But there's no more growth there, so we could stay, we could stay together like that, which many people do when you look at relationships. But that is where the rot then sets in. And I didn't want that. I love Ibiza too much to actually feel any resentment or discord to it. So I left when the time was right, So yeah, thank you for asking that, because it's really nice for me to remind myself is that. How do I motivate myself? I've had a creative project on hold for a while. I feel I need an inspiring breakthrough. Just do it. That's it. Just do it. Give yourself a kick up the arse and say, look, if I don't do it, I could do it and it could be done in 6 months. If I don't do it, I'm going to be sitting here still in 6 months worrying that I haven't done it. Also look at this creative project. Does it align with you? Because sometimes procrastination, I know in my case, I had a big deep therapy session and it came out that my procrastination at that time was actually a protection, because what I was meant to be doing wasn't in line with my highest good. So ask yourself them questions first, and if there's nothing else standing in the way, and it is something that you feel in your heart, and it's, you really want to do it, you're just putting it off, then just say, right, okay, tomorrow I'll start. And even if you just write the title on a page, at least you've started. There's a beautiful film out on Netflix at the moment, and it's called, what's it called? Writer in the Rye, or something like Rebel in the Rye. And it's the story of J.D. Salinger, who actually wrote Catcher in the Rye, which was one of my favorite movies when I was young, favorite books when I was young. And there's a part where he stops writing, he gets writer's block. And so his guru, his Swami or whatever, tells him to just write every day. And he said, but what I'm writing is rubbish. And he said, okay, well, rip it up then. So the guy just starts writing, and every day it's rubbish, and he rips it. And then he feels he's really enjoying that he's ripping it up. And one day he goes to rip it up, and he's like, there's a nugget of wisdom in there. So like I say, take the pressure off with yourself. Okay. Hey, Judy, how are you? Please give my love to you and all of the family. Yeah, so the alcohol's come heavy and dense. Yeah, feel it's time to go. Trust it. Honestly, I was on 2 feet with the Ibiza. Do I not? The second I made that decision, it felt good. So yeah, AJP, if it's become heavy, there's a lot of places become heavy. A lot of places that were very beautiful and light. It's almost like the dark shadows have come. So yeah, come to Greece. It feels very light at the moment. Just bought the book, Feel the Fear. Well done, Spirit. It's honestly, it's amazing. It really, really is amazing. Is there any one place that feels like a constant home to you, or are you drawn to places that reflect your spiritual evolution? Right, that very interesting question, that, Mary, because this is what I'm currently going through with my personal astrology, is my sense of home and my sense of where it is. And I have clung to that for so many years, and it's, where is my home? Where do I feel home? And it's not that I want to be this way. This is what I sat and said to my father, like, it's not like I'm doing this just to be a rebel. I'm constantly searching for this home, this feeling, and I know now that I will never find it in a place or a person. And that's what I did. I mean, I've been by myself now for 2.5 years, purposely, because I don't want to kind of find that place, like I couldn't at the time find that comfort or that security within somebody else, because it was there. That's what I was wanting, but it wasn't in that. So I had to basically stand back, from relationships and things like that. And it was really interesting when I went back to England. I stayed in my daughter's house rather than her staying in mine. And it was beautiful and I was welcomed so much. But then I started to get itchy feet. It wasn't mine. And then I stayed at my cousin's, and that was beautiful. And then that was the same. And then I've just been in Amsterdam with my dear friend, and that was the same. But the thing is, the home is always within us. We can look outside and we can think we've got it, but that will only last for a while. When we find this place within ourselves that is home, that is wherever we go, almost like a tortoise or a turtle, bizarrely enough, turtle. So when I was flying on the plane coming over here, as soon as we got over Zakynthos, Spirit said to me, now you're in for some turtle medicine. And I was like, turtle medicine? What's that? I didn't know. So when I got off the plane, I looked it up, and here, this is the island of turtles. Again, I didn't know. And the turtle medicine is protection. It's full protection. It says that the sea and the land will balance you, and that it paves the path to prosperity and abundance through creativity, which is exactly what I'm meant to do here. So yes, so it feels like a consistent home. Or are you drawn to places that reflect your spirituality? The more I find home within myself, the more the place where I need to be appears, if that makes sense, Mary. That's quite interesting. I never thought about that. So thank you for that question. So that's it. The more I'm stepping into who I really am, and I'm doing the work that is like, facing the fear and doing it anyway, then the places appear and where there will be more growth for me to find that home. So a friend once said to me that I was like the littlest hobo. I don't know if any of you remember that program about the little dog, and the story, the song of it is maybe, what is it? There's a voice keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every step I make a new friend. Can't stay for long. Just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. And that made me really sad at the time, because, I would love a home. I would love a place that I felt what I feel now here, and I know this is transient. I won't be here for forever, but I know that place is wherever I am, So I'm like a little bit like a tortoise or a turtle. I have my home on my back. I've got it in literally 2 cases, because I've got rid of everything again, and it's weird being in this house without having my things, but I realize that they're just things. So I hope that makes sense. Do you encourage shadow work? Yeah, if it's done for the right reason, and if it's really done properly as well, because shadow work isn't easy. It isn't easy, but it's so beneficial. But it's, don't live there. It's, as I say, don't live in the light. Don't live in the shadow. Bring the balance in between the two. That is what it's important for, and really, really looking at your darkness as well, because a lot of time the Love and Light Brigade, they bypass that the darkness is there. And, we all have shadow, and we can learn from shadow as well. We can learn a lot when we sit in that dark place and we sit with pain. Your journey reminds me of the movie Chocolate. Home is the north wind. All right. I wrote, I read it the other day, and this was something just when you've said there, the north wind. There was just a line in, oh, hold on. What is it called? And there was a line in something I wrote the other day, and I put, I have faith in, I dreamed a dream and now it's real. I have faith in my heart and trust in my feels. Ageless, timeless, homeless, blessed, a newborn old soul facing north, south, east and west. And that's it. You know, it's, I realize now what the compass is, that why the compass spins, because we're not meant to stay in that one place all of the time. You know, we can move about. There's a big wide world out there. So yeah, I'm pleased you said chocolate there, because all of my friends are calling me Shirley Valentine. Somebody messaged me last night. She went, "Have you found your rock yet, Tanya?" It really made me laugh. All I want is a place by the sea and a studio to make that. Oh, so go out and look for it. Go out and look for it. I mean, I pay a really, really cheap price for this, honestly, like unbelievable. All right, Mary, that sounds really nice. That book, I will look it up. So right, okay, I think that's about it, especially if I've got to do the other 12 videos today. So yeah, I've just pulled a card there and look, yeah, home. The Four of Wands, home. And this is, you know, this is where you feel alive, you know, where you thrive. That is it. So many people, you know, it's like, oh God, I don't want to go home, you know, and they go into their lovely houses that they work all month, you know, to pay for, and yet still don't feel comfortable, you know. So it's, yeah, home is a place where you thrive, you know, and you come alive, and where your heart is. So wherever your heart is, you know, that's where your home is. Okay, and please don't put that with another person. Neither. I've got to say this, you know, because I'm just getting fucking, now it's like, you know what, I'm not pussyfooting about stuff, and it's like, you know, we're not going to find this, you know, if our heart is fully with another person, then it's not fully with us. Okay, so we can love, but without putting that expectation or that need on somebody else, you know, and whether that be your partner, a child, a parent, or whatever, you know, it's we don't need validation from another. We can enjoy another. And I'm not saying don't love, because love is the greatest thing it is. I'm loved, but for God's sake, you know. But Spirit said it's because I understand love and the wisdom. That's why they said it, you know. And it's really understanding what love means. You know, love has no attachments. You know, love lets things come and love lets things go as well, because love always is. It doesn't matter. Love can be amplified, but love can never be diminished if it is love. That's what they're saying to me, right? Okay, I really need to write that down. So yeah, love just is. Wow, what a perfect way to end. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love and sea blessings as well here. And yeah, I will do the rest of the videos at some point today and hopefully have them up over the next couple of days. But the full moon's not until Thursday, I think, so there's plenty time for them. Okay, so yeah, have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I hope that has made sense for you. Satnam.